to hear it. So we're going to all be listening to that intro for the podcast together here. Let's take a listen.
David
Collins.
David Collins.
David Collins.
David Collins.
David Collins.
You're listening to
30-minute half-hour
I hope you guys have checked out David Collins' 30-minute half-hour
Podcast.
featuring great guests like Andy Fiore, KP Burke, and Cardiff Electric.
Never heard of these guys.
Hey, Joey, relax.
He's either hilarious or hates me.
Oh, well, I appreciate you, by the way, man. Thank you for watching it with you and your mother. I hope I was able to make you guys laugh a little bit in a hospital setting. I know that
Certainly,
can be
and
tough
it's not
sometimes.
often that she gets to smile anymore, so it's great that she had that opportunity with your special.
Means a lot, dude, so thank you.
Oh, this is the best podcast I've ever been on. This was the most fun.
Wow, what a compliment.
Yo, thanks for keeping this guy going and kicking ass and taking names. I don't know if I can swear on this, so I'm sorry if I messed that up, but dude,
We try to keep it a family show, but as you can see by that opening segment, we're getting a little edgier than we're used to, but our audience seems to be enjoying it.
This was tremendous. Thank you for having me, I guess.
I just want to say this is probably the best day of my life, Dave. I had a really great time.
This was a
That's
great time.
We'll have to have you back in the future. You've
I'd
done
love
such a
to come
good job
back.
in those games. Do you know Austin Ingalls?
I love Austin.
He did a
Ingalls.
great job on these games, and we're looking to have him back.
Well, I just want to say thank you for inviting me on. It was really great to be a part of the show. I hope you get Jerry back. I hope that they find him, and I wish you and your viewers the best.
Hi there. I'm calling to leave a voicemail for David Collins.
First-time caller, long-time listener.
Hi, David. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Good morning. This voicemail is for David Collins. First-time caller, long-time listener.
Big up, David.
Hey, Dave. First-time caller.
Hey, David. This is Dan McCullough calling in.
Hey, David. Real glad to hear you on the air again.
Hi, David. This is Deborah, a longtime listener of your show.
David Collins, longtime caller, first-time listener. I love the show.
That's perfect. Everybody listening? Everybody listening? Perfect. Everybody listening? Perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? And that's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? What a great episode. That's perfect. Everybody listening? I've been David Collins, and you've been David Collins, and you've been David Collins, and you've been the best.
You're listening to David Collins' 30-minute half-hour podcast.
That is great radio.
Starring David Collins.
I've been known as a bit of a hot interviewer, and I need to confront you on something here.
You've seen him on KMKF or 30-minute half-hour show. But now, with his very own podcast featuring the best comedians and broadcasters from all over this great country of ours.
And not a lot of people know this about me, but I'm also a large fan of comedy. You ready, Robert?
That's right. Even though I'm left-handed.
Now here's your host, David Collins.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's February 12th. Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. I'm feeling pretty good. It's a little snowy outside, so we got here on time, luckily. I gave myself a little head start, although I fell asleep with the lights on yesterday in accident. Woke up without an alarm at 5:15 a.m. I said, oh, thank goodness. I had to rush out the door to go get Robert Wallace, but here we are. Drive time David Collins, everybody. The Discord's open. If anybody wants to give us a call, I think we have some great calls expected this morning. We called Dylan last night and talked with him, so we might hear from him this morning. It's always a little early for him, but we love to hear him and any other callers that we might get this morning. I have my coffee here. I'm really looking forward to getting to that. How are we getting this show started this morning with some water cooler talk? And we have some exciting... We're live, by the way, right? Have we confirmed that? Yeah. Boy, how embarrassing. I do this by myself all the time, but with two other people in the room, it's a little more embarrassing. Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. We're going to start with some patriotism, because look at this. For you audio-only listeners, we're zooming in on a map of the Gulf of America. What do you think about that? Robert Wallace, did you know this?
The Gulf of America? Oh, yeah, I did. I heard about that.
You keeping up on this? You see this?
Yeah, I did. And they actually really did change it?
I'm looking at Google Maps right now. It's legitimately Google Maps. This might be a little loud.
No, I'm sorry.
You're excused.
Okay.
Do you have an opinion on this? Gulf of America? You know, I didn't know how much of Mexico touches the Gulf. Maybe they should change it to the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, the Gulf, you know, I mean, four.
What's Lefty think about it?
He's still halfway asleep.
Oh, he's still sleeping.
Oh, well, that's too bad. We didn't wake him up with our raucous music this morning in the car?
No, he'd start beating me up, off.
Oh, this is still going. Gulf of America, you know, I was joking. I think I made this joke a couple weeks ago, but I was talking with somebody else. They said they should compromise and change it to the Gulf of Margaritaville.
Ooh.
But that's all right. Good morning, everybody. That's something to talk about in the water cooler this morning.
GOF, Gulf of America. Wait. I can't spell it.
Yeah. What else would you talk about in the water cooler today?
Well, the Super Bowl, I think, is the biggest news, of course.
Yeah.
Gulf of America, I have nothing really to say on this. What's with this no tax on tips thing? We made our jokes in David Collins' 30-minute hour show, of course. What do you think he's going to change Cuba to? Anyway.
To Ice Cuba?
Ooh.
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah.
He should change it to Ice Cuba, and then they can do all their 3v3 basketball games in Cuba.
That would be nice.
That'd be very cool.
Very cool.
I like the direction this country's going. It's fun. We used to not have any fun. It used to be all about the economy and things.
Yeah.
I think you kind of forgot about the economy.
Right now it's just about nomenclature of everything.
Right. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. You know, I have a buddy that's a big Eagles fan. He was pretty happy about the Super Bowl, but he said he can't even enjoy it because there's some controversy about it. What's the controversy?
About the Super Bowl?
Was there too many? Was there political statements being made by any of the players or any of the performances?
Wasn't it with the refs or something?
The refs were making political statements.
No, the calls from, I don't know, I'd be speculating, you know.
I'm just throwing it to Matt here. He's the expert in sports.
Yeah, totally. That's what I was.
A pretty big blowout, I thought. The Eagles kind of had it.
Oh,
the entire time.
Rob, would you turn that off?
What's that? Yeah,
Flip that up and click the bottom right button.
I wasn't sure if the commercials were trying to sell me a truck or make me cry. Right?
Yeah. Shoot, how much? What does it cost for those commercials per?
Like $7 million for 30 seconds, just to leave me confused.
Jesus.
Yeah. These are all ChatGPT prompts, by the way.
You're feeling a little ChatGPT this morning.
Yeah.
That's funny.
A little chatted up.
A little AI. Anyway, so of course the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And did you follow sports? Do you have any opinion? A lot of people were rooting against the Chiefs, of course, because of that Taylor Swift. And I got a controversial about Taylor Swift. It's a little early for that joke.
Yeah, what's the joke again?
Well, it's
about.
It really borders on sexual assault. The joke.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little too early for that in the morning.
Yeah, wait till about 7:30 Central Time.
But I'll tease it, everybody. I have a controversial opinion about this Taylor Swift. Are
Uh-oh.
you getting a phone call, Robert Wallace?
Yeah.
Answer it.
Yeah.
Who's calling you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's 6:30 a.m. Central Time this morning, and Robert Wallace's phone is getting blown up.
Yeah.
So the Eagles won, of course. What do you know about the Eagles when they win?
What do I know about the Eagles? I know tonight there's a open mic at the Eagles Club.
Oh.
It got canceled.
What?
Well, I'm glad you're here. I still hear your phone going off. Do you need to answer that?
No, I don't.
Is it an emergency? It's pretty early.
Yeah, no.
If somebody's calling me right now, I'd assume it was an emergency.
This guy can drive. He can die.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Do you have a lot of people? You have a lot of people in your life that you say,
No.
you know, you ask me for things all the time.
Just a bummy chick.
You're always getting asked for things.
Just that bummy chick and the chick I always talk about, you know.
I find it fascinating that in your world you run around like a superhero.
You know, get this, that bummy chick. She freaking comes up. I let her come. You know, she's like, it's real cold out, and I'm like, oh, whatever, come on in. And she's like crying and shit. And I'm like, I don't want it. If I wanted a girlfriend, if I wanted to hear somebody bicker and moan, I'd get a girlfriend, you know. And she starts crying even more. I'm like, get out of here.
Wow.
So then the next time she comes back, she's like, yeah, I shaved down there. She just rips her drawers right down. I'm like, Jesus. And here's the kicker. She hands me, like that new skin. You know, you can put it, she hands me a tube and it says liquid stitch.
She pulls her pants down, she reaches out, and she hands you a tube.
A tube of liquid stitch, but it was material for material, and I'm like, so I'm looking at it and I'm like, you don't put this on your private areas or freaking. This is liquid stitch for clothing.
Yeah.
And even after I explained that to her, she still wanted to. I was like, whatever. It's probably why you got problems down there right now.
Wow.
And then I said to her, "So what are you? Is your gash so big that you need a liquid stitch or something?" You know. Then she didn't like that. She cried about that one too.
Well, yeah, that's pretty brutal.
She just got her cats put down a couple days ago, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I don't want to hear about it. We all have animals.
Multiple cats?
2.
She had to put them both down.
She figured, it was like for some sale. It was
for
a
one.
BOGO or whatever they call that.
Yeah, buy one get half off.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is what she's calling you today. She's calling you this early.
No, that was somebody. That was a guy I know.
Oh, okay.
One of my buddies.
Somebody else in a similar situation, though, I imagine.
No.
Okay.
No, she's one of a kind.
You're one of a kind, Robert Wallace.
Oh, thank you.
We don't even have this. Actually, why don't we pause this? I want to talk a little about the Phillies celebrating the Super Bowl, of course, because they have this tradition every year where they destroy the city. I mean, the city's so good you can't even tell that it was destroyed the night before, apparently. But we'll see a little bit of that. But while we're on the subject of Robert Wallace being such a unique guy, I wanted to play this for you briefly.
We haven't introduced Rogue yet, have we?
Oh, we have a dog in studio here. A bit of a mess here. Here we go. Robert Wallace.
Hit it from the back and drive you wild.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, I do.
Somebody made this for you like 7 years ago.
Ryan did. Ryan Graham.
Anyway, Robert Wallace, everybody. You're a fascinating guy. Yeah, why don't we introduce? We have a dog in studio this morning, everybody. Before we get to our Super Bowl talk.
Rogue.
Do you want to introduce your dog? We have Rogue the dog in studio here.
Oh, what's over here?
Are you gonna? Can he stand up or anything? Can he get up on the? Is he in view? Oh, there he is. There's Rogue, everybody. We have a dog in the studio today. We thought, why don't we get a little wild?
We have the dog.
And he's kind of calmed down since we pushed record, which is nice. And we also have some baseball bats in studio. We're always adding to the studio. Dogs and baseball bats.
Yeah.
We have another one over there, but it's broken. So I don't really want to mess with that. Anyway, the Super Bowl, everybody. Robert Wallace, do you know anything about the Philadelphia Eagles and after they win a Super Bowl? Oh, there's the dog.
No.
Oh, well, they're infamous that after every big victory, the Philadelphia Eagles fans, they take to the streets and they start climbing things.
And they spread eagle?
Maybe.
Joke was terrible.
Oh, I'm not sure. Well, I don't really know what that means.
Spread eagle?
So they climb up things, and yeah, I guess that's the bit. I thought it was weird that they were climbing things, but maybe they go up there and they say caw.
Oh, okay.
Is that opening your shirt, flashing people? Is that spread eagle?
No, your legs.
Is it a cop term?
Tell some chick to spread
eagle.
eagle.
Oh, well, so people start getting arrested, and the cops say spread eagle.
It's like, man, I walked into that freaking prostitute's freaking place, and she spread eagle. Like that,
Well, I'll fill you in here. Here with a little news report.
Last night did get a bit out of hand here in Philadelphia.
They did. We know police made a number of arrests and a few acts of vandalism were reported.
Action News reporter Andy McCormick is live now in Center City with the latest on
Hi,
the
Andy.
aftermath. Annie.
Oh, Annie.
Yeah, and Sarah, you can see that the barricades are still up
Annie,
here.
are
That's
you
actually
okay?
in anticipation.
Oh,
for
I
the
forgot.
parade.
I don't want to interrupt Annie here, but by the way, good morning, Craig. We have Craig here, of course, always. Give him a pat for good luck. Now I have a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Be careful, Craig.
Figuring let's just leave them up. Well, last night there were dozens of arrests. The bulk of them, though, were disorderly conduct citations, but there were no reports of any major injuries.
Well, that's good. Last year, I think somebody died falling off of after one of their playoff games. Oh, is that just 2 weeks ago?
Or
like
about
time,
2.5 weeks ago now.
Time flies, huh?
Actually, a few people died. A few people died. Their hair, whatever color that.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Green.
Green, yeah.
Right.
So,
following the Eagles' annihilation.
So this is what they do. They take to the streets and they start taking things down. They say, we're going to rebuild.
On Broad Street, hugging City Hall. Traffic lights were torn down and carried. People climbed poles and bus shelters and salt trucks.
Salt trucks. And one of the biggest things, every news report had this story about how they destroyed a linen truck and they pulled out all the towels and towelettes and started them on fire in the streets. Looked like a lot of fun.
Into the early
Would you
morning
participate in some debauchery like this after a big win?
No.
Is this fun to you?
No.
No? You like a smaller gathering. This is thousands of people in the streets.
Yeah, but I choose who I hang out with and probably not. I wouldn't.
Outside of the
maybe
Lowe's
I would.
Hotel, a linen truck was stolen and laundry
Here's
set on
that.
fire.
There were a few people climbing the poles, but what can you do?
Shit, you can go down by
Well, I
my
didn't
house and
see
that looks like
anyone get hurt.
the alley anyways.
They what?
Just, it looks like a bunch of shit, like someone's back in the...
Can I tell you something, Robert?
Yes, sir.
I ask people who listen to the show, I ask, what do you think about the show? What do you think about the guests and things? And people really like you on the show, but the biggest thing that I hear is that I can't really hear them sometimes.
Oh,
you fluctuate. Well, you speak clearly, and then you kind of go down to a lower tone throughout your sentence. And I just wanted to let you know, people love hearing you on the show, but they want to hear you. And there's just a couple of words. I don't want to,
No. Hey, that's very good to know.
Look, they're putting up the street post. So the news reporter that I saw, he was reporting on it the next day, too. It was a different one. He says, you look around right now, there's not even a hint that they were here. So I guess they clean up after themselves after events like this.
Crews began repairs and cleanup as the city assessed the damage. Walnut Street saw store windows bashed.
It's disappointing. I don't want it to damage the city or take away from the win because it was so great and it was so much fun last night.
Right.
Philadelphia police made at least 47 arrests.
47 arrests.
Resulting in disorderly
So
conduct
that's what it was.
citations. 6 officers
You could see
were
them down
injured.
there. It looks like
Revelers
a
like the
inauguration
Thomas
day.
family were excited
Shit, I can't
to
get my
have
coat
3
off.
generations in the thick of it all.
Fix.
This looks like one of those staged pictures.
We're excited to have 3 generations.
Did you watch the game? I have really no opinion on the Super Bowl. In fact, I went out for drinks that day. I think it was Sunday, right?
I wanted the Chiefs.
And I went out for drinks, and we asked him to turn it up during the national anthem, and the bartender didn't really turn it up that loud, so I couldn't even hear it. But I was just watching it, and the interpreters dancing, and the people doing the national anthem are dancing, and everybody listening has their hat to their chest, they're somber, they're listening to the national anthem. It's a weird thing. I don't know what's going on. Why do they jazz up this national anthem so much? Just do it straight, everybody.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I think everybody's frustrated by that, too. That must have been the controversy. Everybody wants to jazz up, stop dancing to the national anthem.
Yeah, totally.
It's too much. There was a guy with a trombone, which I was really excited for. I like the trombone. I like a brass guy up there, and then a little too much shaking.
Yeah. Ended up getting the bone instead of the trombone.
Do you see that? Because I kind of turn off the game after the coin flip.
Yeah, totally.
That's me. But I liked the national anthem, but not this year. I didn't even get to hear it, but I saw everybody's reaction. I said, I know what this is. It's very weird. And also, these interpreters should not be getting so much attention. You see these deaf interpreters get half the screen time during most of these songs these days.
It should get more.
You think so?
Yeah.
They're dancing. I don't even know what they
It
know.
matters how much they're putting into it,
They put too much into it.
Because, I'm sure that people read lips,
You ever see the video of the fake interpreter that got caught?
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting. What I'm thinking about is you don't even know if these people are legit.
Pull that up, DC.
All right, we'll take a detour here. Let's look at this fake interpreter. Also, I was on a TV show Saturday, everybody. We're going to get to that later in the show. We have a lot of things. We have a senior grill instructor. You see, notice how my mouse has disappeared up here?
Yeah.
I don't like mice.
I found it without it. Fake interpreter?
Speaking of Merch Mouse, how's it going today?
Oh, good morning, everybody. How's the live chat? I wanted to wish everybody a happy Wednesday here.
Merch is excited to see Robert. Nick says in Canada we don't get to watch the American commercials. So which ones are you watching?
Oh, that's interesting. Why are they paying so much if you guys in Canada don't get to see it? No, everybody in America just says, oh, the commercials weren't that good this year. I don't even know who's that for anymore. I think I like the Super Bowl commercials. Here's what I think about the Super Bowl commercials. It's good. You get to see, it's early access. You get to see all the commercials that you're going to see for the next 3 months early. And you get to see it that Sunday and say, oh, these are the ads that I'm going to get to see for the next 3 months.
I don't watch TV.
It's exciting.
I don't watch TV.
So here's Matt's
Shane
suggestion.
Gillis ones was out before everybody, too.
I'm talking about the halftime show, the national anthem, the game, and in general, these interpreters that I saw at the Super Bowl there, and they kind of drive me crazy. So we pulled up here a fake interpreter. Let's take a little listen. The Tampa Police.
Sign language interpreter accused of signing total gibberish.
Oh, she looks real.
This time it was at the police news conference
pretty
announcing
good.
an arrest in the Tampa serial killings.
We will be charged. Oh, I thought that was her getting arrested. I said, wow, they take this really seriously.
Shit.
The guy knows it's up.
4 counts of first.
You can tell which one of these guys knows sign language and is calling her out.
I don't think just her holding up 4 fingers. It looks too
Like, what's her thought process? What
Like,
is
I
she
can
doing,
speak
like,
French,
right-
like French fry, French toast. You know, I think that's kind of what she's doing right there. With the,
Well, she used to do a lot of tectonics, so the skill set transfers over. She said, I'm a professional finger tutter by day, a fake interpreter by night.
This little piggy went to the market.
Standing off to the side, apparently translating every word, this woman.
Oh, look, my mouse is
We
back.
received over 5,000 tips in this case.
But it turns out much of what
She's hiding in plain sight. This is a crazy crime to commit.
I wonder how many times. Yeah, exactly. I wonder how many
The
times.
detective behind her knows what's up.
He's talking about like a triple homicide, and she's just doing gibberish with her hands.
She looks like she's freaking like a badger right
she
there.
was signing.
What do you get paid
was
for a job like
nonsense.
this?
I was just wondering the
She
same
waved
thing.
her arms around like she was singing Jingle Bells.
Oh.
Does one
That's funny. You just learn one song in sign language and you do that for every speech. I kind of do that. I know a couple songs in French, and I think that that's a good if you ever need to speak fake French, you just do verses of the song really quick, or if you do fake language, you just learn a song and you can do. I've never thought about with that sign language though.
Yeah.
outraged sign language expert. The woman, identified as Derlin Roberts, has a
Oh, she has quite a record, huh? Derlin
Shit.
Roberts.
A full LP.
So this is what I'm getting at, though. None of these interpreters can be trusted. And they're getting too much screen time. Imagine she gets on the Super Bowl halftime show. She gets half the screen time. The damage is done. And then you find out it's a fake interpreter.
Yeah.
Anyway. Congratulations to the Eagles.
Yeah.
I want to see what she's been up to. That was pre-COVID.
Darlin Roberts. Oh, during COVID?
That was pre-COVID.
Oh, yeah, no. During COVID, I bet she got a lot of unemployment from this interpreter scam.
Wonder how long
She knows the books.
Wonder how long she had that racket going for.
Think she's getting paid for it?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Boy, what a winter wonderland out there.
We should hire an interpreter for in here.
I've thought of that, and we've kind of worked on that before. I've given that a lot of thought about bringing an interpreter into the room. Robert Wallace, have you ever considered that?
Yeah, yes, I have, because my hearing's really.
You strike me as somebody that's practiced American Sign Language at some point in their life.
I need to. I mean, that's no joke.
Do you have any deaf family members?
My grandpa had hard hearing, like a high frequency.
You're a CODA kid. What's that? A child of
deaf adults?
Deaf adults?
No, nothing like that. No, my parents heard every word I said, and then I got my ass beat.
What'd you say?
Oh, like, I'd be at Kmart, messing around, throwing a fit, and my mom's like, you're going to get it. Fucking, I'll throw you, excuse my language here.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll throw you a fit. And
you're excused.
Next thing you know, it's like, bing, we got a black and blue light special now, number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Kmart.
So the sun is coming up here, and we have, we want to get into our uplifting video here, but we also noticed that it's probably going to be, the sun might not really come up today. It's going to be kind of snowy today. It's going to be cloudy. So we also have a cloudy day video.
The way they were talking about it, especially on Reddit.
The sun will come up
I thought the storm was going to be much more dramatic. It's actually, let me know, anybody in the live chat. I'd love to hear what's going on in the weather in your area there, the live chat, or call into the Discord, of course, and talk to us here. But I'm curious about what's going on with this weather, because they had told us that this winter storm was going to be pretty scary. And it was not that scary. In fact, the scariest part was how little they dealt with the highways this morning. It seemed like we were driving on snow. It was kind of reckless, but the snow wasn't that much of my car or anything like that. So I wonder how it's going anywhere else in the country here. We're in that eastern Iowa region, of course.
Somebody on Facebook this morning said that good luck getting up a university in Loris. And that was at like 3 a.m. But I can see like grass over there. Can't be that bad.
I'm like, I have to worry about getting up first.
Yeah.
Right.
I was expecting to open the window and see like, a foot of snow or something like that. You can still see the...
Yeah, I was pretty nervous when I woke up with the lights on and realized I had slept in. And
see the road.
But it was not too bad. You could see the road, not on the highway. It's crazy out there. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get into our uplifting video here, and then I think we might get into a cloudy day video before uplifting again with our senior grill instructor at 8 a.m. Eastern. But we love our pirate stews, beautiful joke of the day, and Valentine's Day is coming up at the end of the week. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hadn't thought about that. Do you have any plans for Valentine's Day, Robert?
Me and Rogue, we're going to hang out.
You and Rogue? This is the calmest I've ever seen this dog. It's incredible when you push record.
Robert, it's you. Your calming presence.
I am with animals.
You must be good with animals.
I'm really good. I mean...
Where are you taking Rogue for Valentine's Day?
I'm not quite sure.
Hi, Rogue.
It's a secret. I can't really say it.
Boy, what a good dog.
And I shouldn't have really even said it because Matt, he's...
Yeah.
Right. Matt's going to be waiting for you to drop Rogue off before 10 p.m. He'll have his shotgun in his hand.
His bats.
Oh, you'll have the bats.
You're like, how was it? I'm like, it was rough.
I don't know. What were you saying to him?
No, you guys said, how's the dance? Because he'd be stepping on my feet and stuff, like when we'd be doing dance, and by the end of the night, my feet would be all sore from Rogue stepping on them,
Right.
And they're like, how are you feeling? I'm like, oh, my feet feel rough.
Oh, Rogue wants to lead. That's the problem. You guys will be butting heads on the dance floor. Pirate Stew's beautiful joke of the day.
If you send me a birthday card, a Christmas card, or Valentine's card, or any of that kind of stuff, I'm going to do 3 things. I'm going to read it. I'm going to check and make sure it ain't got no money.
No way, this is a tribute joke, is it?
I'm going to do 3 things.
Could be.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to check and make sure it ain't got no money in it. And then I'm throwing it directly into the garbage. Well, this year, me and the wife, retirement's getting close. We're trying to identify some ways to save a little bit of money.
Okay.
So we went to the store.
Good thinking.
We each went to the card section, picked out Valentine's cards for each other, gave them to each other. We read them, and then we went and put them back.
That's smart.
Saved me about $10.
That's very smart.
Well, this wasn't really a joke.
That's pretty...
Yeah, it's more like a...
This isn't a dad joke of the day. Pirate Stew, you need a new playlist for just advice.
That's
like
just
a stepdad tip.
That's just like good advice. Like
I feel really robbed.
Yeah, definitely. No, I don't feel robbed. It was good. It was good advice. Like when people are together for so long, like we won't even celebrate birthdays or nothing. Like kind of what he's getting at. But
what a cheapskate.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, buy your wife a card. You've been married for 40 years.
Totally. Get her a credit card.
What do you need the $10 for?
Yeah, totally.
It's not using it for hair growth supplements.
Yeah, maybe beard growth.
Right.
She has a no-hawk.
All right. Well, we're going to give you one more chance here. Here's a Valentine's Day poem for nerds and regular Joes. Come on, Pirate Stew.
Yeah.
We need an uplifting moment here because it's a cloudy day.
All right. So some of you know that I've got friends that are engineers and physicists and scientists, stuff like that. And I've got friends that aren't. So on Valentine's Day, sometimes I like to offer both of them, both of those groups a...
Pirate Stew, he used to be so good with word economy. What's going on?
It sounds like a Valentine massacre.
Yeah, he's massacring these jokes. All right, Pirate Stew, come on.
So on Valentine's Day, sometimes I like to offer both of them, both of those groups a rhyme
One
that they
take
can
Tony.
use for Valentine's Day. So for my sciencey friends, roses are red, violets are blue. If you were a null hypothesis, I would fail to reject you. Okay, and here's one for all my regular friends. Roses are red, pizza sauce too. I ordered a large, and I'll share it with you.
I definitely thought for his working Joe friends, the punchline was going to end with Jew. I was setting it up. I was finishing it in my head. Robert Wallace, what are you writing over there? Are you writing a poem?
Oh, no, I'm just writing the alphabet down.
Okay. Robert Wallace working on his alphabet over there. Do you ever write in cursive?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right.
What
do you think about Pirate Stew this morning? I thought you were going to finish his punchline.
I did like his. Well, if you're colorblind, then roses aren't red and violets aren't blue.
Right.
So, yeah. Grass ain't greener on the other side if you're colorblind.
It's a good point.
Yes. You know what else is a good point?
You feeling a little somber today?
I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling really good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Good.
That I am.
You told me you drank some coffee earlier this
I
morning.
did.
And it was really
definitely.
getting you a little hyped up.
Yeah, it got me going.
That's perfect.
Got me going.
Where are you at in the alphabet? E?
What's that?
E?
Yeah, I'm at E right now.
Interesting.
What's this process? Is this the Robert process?
Oh, I missed. Here we go. Profound and heartbreaking. So, of course, it's a cloudy day. It's not gonna. We want to join the uplifting sun with an uplifting video, but I don't think that's really gonna happen today. And we've lost Robert Wallace to the alphabet, but I think we're gonna bring him back here with this relatable story. This is a cloudy day video. Let's say we're just gonna give it a quick listen. This is going a bit viral this last week here, so you might have already seen it, but we'll take a little listen here. What do you think about this, Robert Wallace? It's a little sad.
Sure.
But also, the top thing on this guy's description is support me. I think this guy's a criminal.
Excuse me, sir.
The guy filming.
Sorry to bother you.
What?
I'm Chris.
Yeah.
And I'm a photographer. I'm a portrait photographer. And I just thought that you had like a really cool look. It was I noticed
activated.
Is this a real thing? Do you think this is real, by the way? Usually these are set up, but I did interpret this as genuine when we first looked at this.
I don't think it's genuine because you said you had a cool look. You think you'd be wearing a snowsuit and gloves and mittens if you had a cool look.
Right. The script doesn't even add up.
No.
It's a good point.
Are you from Dublin, sir?
Yeah.
I was just going to show you what I do. What's your name?
I'm using my middle name, which is James. I regard myself...
When you start to think that this James fella might be a crazy person, I say this is probably real.
Chris is the greatest failure that ever walked the planet Earth.
Why?
It's a little too hard on himself.
Because I didn't achieve the very basics. I'm the could have been man. I call myself the could have been man. I just bought a neckerchief.
You want to put on your neckerchief?
I mean, what is going on? I just bought a neckerchief. Oh, why don't you put it on?
Wait, that ain't no neckerchief. That's a camera. Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Well, the guy getting a picture taken of.
I got it.
Would you ever do this? If a photographer comes up to you and says, hey, you have a really unique look. I wanted to take some pictures of you. What do you say?
I say, yeah. Then I'm like, well, do I have to take my clothes off or, and...
It just goes up to strangers here. This is...
Yeah, that's kind of... Did he give him the handkerchief to put around his neck?
No, the guy was excited. He's a crazy person. He said, I just bought this handkerchief.
I got you.
So he's taking advantage of him.
When I was quite young, I didn't need any friends.
So he's building the guy up.
Girls, and I didn't want another guy. And of course, it never dawned on me I'd get to this age and be practically penniless.
He has no friends and he's
not have
broke.
A profession and all the rest of it, which I should have, right? Or money. I should have a profession.
Oh, here comes the sad music.
I should have my own place. And I know in my heart I could have been taught.
Can't you hear the violins playing the song?
And I wrote 2 plays, which I'm very proud of, and they've been sitting there for 20 years because I've been.
Well, do something. He's writing plays.
If you're proud of him.
There's no way. I mean, he probably writes the play. No offense to you, but I bet his screenplays look a lot like your one-liners, just all over these notes and everything. Yeah,
probably.
It's an eccentric way to go, but I mean, he probably has full scripts written all over his apartment. I don't think this is a very reliable guy. Not to kick him while he's down. He's friendless and broke.
Since the age of.
I don't like anybody in this video.
It's a
cloudy day
When they
video.
say rely, I mean like he's relying.
My own mother was a piece of ice.
I've heard him lie a couple times, I think. But I don't know the guy,
Well, we're getting to know him here.
There was another kid that, after school, I went to his house.
Well, this is
his
kinda
mother
sad.
was all over him, right?
What?
I can even
His
feel
friend
this,
was raped.
This very day, that feeling. I wish she was my mother. That was the real, genuine mother loving the son. There's 9 million people in London, and I don't have a single friend. And I'm not saying that like I'm crying. That is the reality.
He's from Dublin?
You've been very friendly and gracious to me and kind.
You know
and I
that guy has
appreciate that,
one
James.
friend.
That says a lot about your character.
But there are times
far as Dublin
when you do
Yeah,
feel
it
low.
says something about his character. If he has no friends, shit.
All right. How do you have no friends? You've built up a lot of friends. I mean, you're kind of a loner, too. You do your own thing. You have a lot of different categories of relationships and things, but you've maintained friendships over the course of many years.
Most certainly.
How do you not do that? Something's off with this guy.
Yes, it is.
And the photographer sees it, too, because he's nuts. It takes one to know one. They say, oh, here's another evil character.
Yeah.
I spotted him. Let's get some pictures of him.
We asked very nonchalantly in the beginning. He was like, are you from Dublin? He's like, yes. But all of a sudden right here, he's like,
I almost
talking about
thought
being in London.
I almost thought he was trying to make his accent.
So I think you might be right. It might be scripted.
I thought he was trying to make his accent like. I didn't think he didn't sound authentic. Maybe I don't know. I could be wrong.
And then they play his in memoriam at the end for some reason, as if he's a dead man.
Like we should go like this. Say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I don't think this guy was chasing women back in his day.
That's another thing too. I'm a little suspicious of he doesn't have any guy friends. He said, "Oh, it's chasing ladies."
And he just has to say, "I have no friends." Like, let's just throw that out there,
Anyway, that was our cloudy day video.
I'd be like,
I'm not sure how to feel about that. Don't worry though. If that made you sad, just remember everybody in that video I think is an evil character.
I just remember I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I get the month of.
You're my sunshine, Robert Wallace. Well, it's 8:01 a.m. Eastern. We're going to get into our senior grill instructor here. I think this is when the show really kicks off here because we're going to get into our senior grill instructor. We have a great card break segment here at 7:15, 8:15 a.m. Eastern. And then we're going to get into a little talk because I was on a TV show this Saturday, CreatureFeatureTV.com. You can see, and that airs in Des Moines and Omaha, and I think in Nashville. They're on some local TV channels, and it's also on a YouTube channel and an internet show. So once that episode comes out, maybe in a few weeks, we'll be able to watch that. But we'll introduce you, and I have some behind-the-scenes footage, too, from the... So we're going to talk about that here in the latter half of the 7 o'clock hour.
Can I just say I feel starstruck hanging out with you, David?
Well, that's nice of you to say. I would go to Omaha and I hang out with the doc here with the what I was just talking about, that show, and you wouldn't believe how famous he is in Omaha, Nebraska. It's pretty strange. but it's a lot of fun. It's great. Well, we're going around with a celebrity, so I totally understand. But we're going to get into our senior grill instructor here first. This week's senior grill instructor is Steph. And of course, senior grill instructor, everybody's very familiar with the senior grill instructor at this point. Senior grill instructor's on Tinder looking for a match. Do you have any thoughts on Steph this week, Matt?
One that got away.
You guys really did get along here, it seemed like. But why don't we take a little listen here to this week's senior grill instructor. Good morning, everybody. Happy February 12th. I hope everybody's doing well in the live chat there or listening to the replay.
Do you think I could get a chance with the senior grill instructor?
I think you should try to get his...
For Valentine's Day?
I think you should try to get his leftovers.
Yeah?
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm left-handed, so...
Hey there.
Sup?
I am currently starving.
You ever grill?
Oh, from time to time.
Charcoal or gas?
Charcoal. I have one of those little dome-shaped Webers, LOL. Do I look like I'm Hank Hill? Do I look like I'm out here peddling propane and propane accessories, LOL? Big laughing emoji.
I didn't really take you as a propane princess. You definitely seem like a hashtag charcoal chick, so that's cool.
LOL, it is?
I'd say so. It's like being able to build an actual fire in a fireplace instead of just having to flip the switch on.
I may not be a champ when it comes to getting it going, LOL.
Sounds like you can't keep up with the heat. Would you consider the George Foreman a grill?
No, I think it's more of a griddle.
You get it.
LOL, I do.
What else do you like to do besides grilling?
LOL. I enjoy time with my daughters. I work out often. Home restorative yoga. Meditation, writing. Sometimes I knit. LOL. You?
What's home restorative yoga?
Oh, body restorative yoga. At home. LOL.
Oh, I thought you were doing downward dog and demolition or something. I read your profile. What's up with the red hat being a red flag?
Red hat is a reference to MAGA.
Oh, yeah. I don't like anime either. I think they call it Magna, though. Speaking of, what do you think of all the tariffs, though?
I think the guy's an idiot that sent the majority of our workforce in hiding. And I think a tariff war with our closest neighbors and allies show how stupid he is.
I haven't been paying attention, to be honest. What do you mean he sent the majority of our workforce into hiding? The ICE stuff?
Yeah, the ICE stuff. I should say the majority of our ag migrant workforce.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a reach to say the majority of our workforce. But no offense, none taken. What kind of book are you writing?
Teen, young adult fantasy novel. I dreamt about it years ago. And when I finally decided to write it, I realized what I had dreamed was actually a sequel. I had to create a whole world and backstory and family lineage soon. So that's where I'm at. 88 pages so far. She's starting to look like an actual book.
88 pages? Sunglasses emoji?
Yeah, 88 pages.
What's the backstory? Fantasy as in Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Or something else? Winky face?
It's a lot to explain properly. Witches and fairies and a battle that saves the world and binds the bad witch, but obliterates all the magic. Until the sequel, way in the future, and the veil is wearing thin, and the descendant of the good witch that had to cast the original spell, starting up the events that brings up the magic back.
Oh my gosh.
And awakens the dark witch.
Sounds cool. Is that like a metaphor for your life or something? I'm writing a grill manual myself.
Well, that was this week's senior grill instructor. I don't know why she divulges so much information and then just gives up on it. She thinks she's telling that to everybody?
I don't know.
Maybe she's playing hard to get.
Right.
Could be.
You should follow up with Steph.
Should, yeah.
Senior grill instructor is writing a grill manual, although given what she said, I don't think she'd like the title of it.
Maybe I can take Pirate Stu's advice and take her to a store and we can both get cards and
yeah,
put them back in the...
That would be nice.
Yeah.
You're whispering.
It'd be a Hallmark moment.
Would it be?
Yeah.
Perfect. That was this week's senior grill instructor. How's your dating life?
My dating life?
Right.
I had a girlfriend for 12 years, and it takes two to tango, I guess, but I'm single, and I think I want to stay single for the rest of my life.
I want to take it back. This might be a little shock jockery here, but I am curious here. I think people are curious about your life. I wanted to hear your story about maybe an early story of a lover. How did you lose your virginity, Robert?
I was in I got this condom at an arcade. It was like $1 in the machine back in the day, and freaking it was called Stray Cats Arcade. My mom's like, I don't ever want you hanging out there. Anyways, so I go over with
Stray Cats.
Stray Cats, yeah. Arcade.
Interesting.
Where's that at?
Shout out to the homeless cats.
Yeah. It's like by where 21st, or not 21st, but the Road Ranger is on Central.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of down from a little bit from there.
So you get a condom from an arcade.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm over at this house with this Jeff Stovall. He was my best friend. He's in prison right now for life. So, but he ended up he killed somebody. But him and his two brothers were like, they just really pushed me up the steps. Go get her. And I went up there and freaking, she had titties like out to here. And I was like 12, 13. I was surprised I even so
this is a lot like that Lil Wayne story.
So I put I put her all on in. If you're asking me, I put her all on in, and I just lay there. I don't know what to do. Next thing you know, my ass cheeks start clenching up and shit. And whew.
Wow.
She's like, there we go, little guy.
That was nice.
Because she was a little bit older than me.
That's kind of a creepy ending.
Yeah, it was kind of a creepy ending.
She was like an adult?
Yeah, a little bit, Yeah, I remember looking up at she did have titties out here, I was like literally 12, 13. But I remember looking out the window, there's baby food smeared on the freaking yeah, it was a waterbed too.
Yeah.
Wow. There's a lot of sensations there that leave a crazy memory, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A waterbed, you remember the smell of the baby food on the wall?
No, I just remember not on the wall, on the window.
Right.
I was looking out the window, because the waterbed was
of course.
Window,
Fascinating. I knew you'd have a unique story.
I even got a better one. real quick. I remember this girl's dad. He went hunting that morning, and he came home and he's tired and he's passed out in his chair. And this chick was a nympho, and so they lived in this little shack, and so we all climbed up, up into her window, right?
Right.
And I'm not
as you do.
And then all of a sudden, her dad woke up, right? And he comes in with war paint on and shit, and freaking with a gun,
like Rambo.
Because he, like I said, he was all tired out from hunting or something. I don't know. And he had like Rambo, and I jumped off the porch, and it was snowy out, and I landed on a rake, and it was like on a cart, hit me right in the head. It came right up like on a cartoon or something.
Jeez. Yeah.
But I got up and ran.
Yeah. Wow. So what was your intention there? You and all of your friends were going to... Wow.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I thought that was the implication, but I really wanted to hammer that down.
The biggest train I've ever been in was 12 people.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, I was the first. Obviously, it was my house. So I could fuck it first.
Is that like ground rules you set up beforehand?
It was really weird.
It's like bobbing for apples.
Well, it's his... Well, no. Yeah, I said I could fuck it first. It's my house. And...
How long ago was this?
It would have been my freshman year.
Oh, wow.
She lived down the street from me, but yeah.
Dang.
But I remember one time her dad was a fireman, like a reserve fire, or what do they call those?
Volunteer?
Volunteer, yeah. But he stayed at the actual fire station overnight and stuff like that. And I remember one time he came home and we heard him come in, so we ran out. We were out the door. This is the 12-man girl, Woo woo. And,
right. We're following, and I appreciate you keeping it FM friendly.
Yeah. So her dad came in, and we heard it. So we were out the front door, and so we get down to my house. We phone her number, and she picks. No, he picks up the phone. Right, my buddy does, and he doesn't know that her dad's in the house, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna get one, and then she said different words though. He's like, I'm gonna get one and then I'm gonna leave, And then all of a sudden you hear, you ain't going nowhere, because her dad had picked up the phone on the other line, and all of a sudden you hear the phone get thrown down, and then you hear, Daddy, but I love him.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, he comes pounding on my door like 5 minutes later. His shirt was ripped off and he had claw marks down his chest. Her dad did that one though.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah. He's like,
you guys did the.
Oh yeah.
That was the depot time.
Well, that was at her house
Oh.
because obviously her dad came and that's a different time, But like I said, she's a nymph.
These are glory days, huh?
Glory holes.
Well, good morning, everybody. Boy, isn't Robert Wallace. And anyway, questions for Robert Wallace, please drop them in the live chat or call into the Discord and ask Robert Wallace yourself. He is here live, of course, with us. But I hope everybody's having a swell hump day so far this morning. I have my coffee here. We're going to get into our 7:15 a.m. card breaks. A little early here, but it's kind of a longer video. We're going to skip around. You know a little about these collecting sports cards and things and Pokemon cards and somewhat. Well, you're surrounded by antiques. I'm sure that you've just seen cards also associated with some of those coming in and out.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Well, of course, it's a big industry there.
Comic books, cards, yeah.
And Matt Ferry is loosely related to Ferry Brothers Card Breaks because somebody in your family runs that, of course. And so he's very familiar with the breaking cards and the sports cards. But we have a guy here talking about Pokemon cards today. And he's going to the store with a clock, a scale.
Could I just say I was really impressed last time I seen you talk about cards. I'm like, wow.
He's very knowledgeable.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
A little less so about the Pokemon today, but he does have something to say about these weighing, because what's happening here, and this what we're getting into here, this gentleman goes into a Walmart, and he has a scale with him. And before he purchases a pack of cards, he weighs them all, and he gets the heavier ones, because he thinks those might have more expensive cards in them. So we'll take a little listen here. Matt seems to disagree with the whole idea.
Across the street, this guy's gonna run me over.
He's also a crazy guy. I like a little wacko on the,
So he thinks
pushing the story.
Kind of like a Bud Light weighs less than a Budweiser. Is he kind of like that?
Oh, right. That's his thought process.
Yeah.
Kicked out of Walmart. That would be horrible.
This guy looks like a guy who drinks Budweiser.
It's just immoral. Don't do this at home, children. This is not what you're supposed to do. Just know that. Public service announcement. Don't do this at home. Anyway.
Where does he work? What shirt is that? Does he work at Home Depot or something? Is that Menards?
Does he have boobs?
We're on our way in now.
It's like Bill Burr.
A Rite Aid? Oh, this is Bill Burr weighing cards, everybody. Here he's going in.
If that's the case, I'm fixing to buy the hell out of it.
Oh, speaking of Philly, it's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Does he work for the Eagles?
Well, he's a Boston guy, I guess, but his big Philly moment was the virus tour. You remember that?
The Silver Temple just came out. They got nothing in the store here. So we're going to hit the next Walmart and see what we can find.
I love the sirens in the background, too.
Yeah, totally. They're probably coming for him.
Oh, here we go. We're in the store here. So he weighs the cards. He sets his clock down real unconspicuously.
32.
Starts weighing these cards.
What's the certain setting on this scale?
31 and some change.
These are, I think this is up to 100. He's going 3.1. I think it's down to 1,000 of a gram. So he's going 1,000th of a gram. But Matt, tell me a little about this. Do people do this with sports cards? They do it for the jerseys, right? We've never seen this really with the Pokemon cards.
Yeah, you can weigh packs, but there's also decoy cards in there. So there's like little white cardboard cards, so it kind of throws off the scale a little bit and all that.
Could you pull that up a little bit?
Yeah, I think people that get upset with him weighing cards are just upset that they're not weighing the cards.
Is he weighing it right there?
Yeah, but you're not going to find anything great at retail.
Yeah.
Really? Just at Walmart in general, you won't find the best things?
It's a little less.
I thought it was
likely.
fair, like a lottery ticket.
No, if you're weighing out cards at a casino, you can count cards, but not weigh them. Oh, no, you can't do that either.
So he's weighing, and you'll hear...
You get the point? I'm gonna
yeah, I get the point. I get the point. He randomly chooses, and you'll notice, but the numbers that he chooses are very random. He says this one's heavier than the last one, but there aren't really particular numbers that he's shooting for here.
You know, like, 5,000ths of a gram more.
Right. Well,
this guy's just a crazy.
One hit in it. Some of them should have 2 hits in it.
So he's assuming now every pack that he bought is going to have a hit in it that makes it worth it.
A hit? A hit?
And the first one, he actually does get lucky for a minute here as we're going through. But
I mean,
you'll notice that these cards, though, Matt and I were kind of talking about this weighing cards doesn't seem to make any sense. When it's a pack of cards in a cardboard container, the individual cards must weigh nothing compared to the actual weight of the packaging.
So let's see what we got here.
Does the same brand weigh all the same? I mean, pretty close. Like Tops or whatever brand they have.
Yeah, I think that each pack will probably weigh very similar.
And then you say they'll put dummy cards in sometimes?
Yeah, they'll put little dummy cards that are kind of weigh the same as jersey cards and all that.
And I don't know anything.
I don't think this would I don't think a holographic card would weigh more or less.
Exactly. So he's finding these holographic cards, and that's in his mind rationalizing this whole practice. Well, finding the other packs, he doesn't really find anything good. But I don't know anything about Pokemon. Apparently, this card is worth something, but the holographic on the front can't be adding any weight.
No, not at all. If anything, it'd probably be. I can't imagine it being. I imagine you couldn't weigh that with a pocket scale.
Right.
We were driving behind Pokemon earlier today, and I remember him being like, "Don't be so Pokemon," because the guy was going like 20, you know.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, wow, this guy's a real Slokemon. You know what I'm saying?
It's real Slowbot, huh?
I don't know anything about Pokemon.
Hit on. So that's 3 out of 7 so far that I didn't get a hit on.
Those are not good odds.
No.
That's as good as random chance. So this is us talking a little about weighing cards this morning. So we might look into this with sports cards there because the jerseys could add some weight. Is that right? But then they put the decoy cards in there and it ruins the whole process.
Yeah.
How many decoy cards might there be? Is there always just one? Could you kind of balance this? Do you think you could practice this out? There could be 12 different weights or something. How many different weights?
I don't know.
Is there always the same amount of
There's no,
cards
like,
in every pack?
Most of the time, yeah.
I see.
Another hit.
You ever
What's
see
that?
people open a package with each other already opened?
I
mean, did that ever happen?
Sure, it happens.
I haven't got any double hits.
Especially at Target and stuff like that. You might open a box of something. I mean, I've seen people open boxes and there just be like old cards in there or something like that, so they just replace the packs.
Yeah.
So that's a possible thing people do for sure.
I love his X-Files music in the background, too. He was really getting to the bottom of it. Do you think his other videos, he's being gang-stalked?
He might be.
There's police sirens every time he was walking outside, too. I don't know what neighborhood he's going to.
You hear him? He's like, I had to hit the next Walmart, the way he said it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, jeez.
You've said that once or twice in your life.
Maybe.
Maybe?
No, actually not.
I've gone to the wrong Walmart parking lot before. That's my experience.
Oh, what happened there?
Oh, well, you know, drug-related activity. Years and years ago.
One time I went to the bank and I parked my car in the bank. You know, it was just a little motor bank downtown. And my house is down the street, so I literally walked out of the bank and I walked home. So a little bit later, I went to bed, and then a little bit later I woke up and I came out and my car was gone. What the heck? So I called the cops.
You report it missing?
Yeah, I reported it missing. I get a phone call about maybe 5 hours later. We found your car, and it's at the bank, and I'm like...
Oh, what were they doing there?
I actually drove it to the bank.
I know, yeah.
Did they tell you?
Yeah, but anyways, right when the cop and
Did you say, oh, somebody must have dropped it off there?
No, right when we seen each other, he looked in my eyes, and I looked in his eyes, and he just knew, and I just knew. And I'm just like, I'm retarded. Or I shouldn't say that. I was like, and the cop's like, yeah.
But they didn't get you for filing a false report or anything like that?
I mean, it's serious, you know. I mean, it's a serious report, you know. And,
well, yeah, in a way.
And and he understood my point, you know. I was just like, you know, I was walking out, the parking lot's over here, you know, and I usually don't drive to the bank. But
right.
Well,
it was a beautiful day. You said, officer, I was distracted by the beautiful sun.
Yeah.
Unlike today.
Yes.
It's getting a little foggy out there, though. I hope our view looks nice.
The freezer door open, right?
Yeah. Mother Nature.
Frost.
Right.
I used to hang out with Mother Nature. We'd pet falling out.
I bet Mother Nature always leaves the light on, too. You know that old trope?
That's John Bodette or whatever his name is.
Huh?
What?
That's John Bodette or whatever. Always leaving the light on. We'll leave the light on for you.
Who do you think killed John Benet Ramsey?
Probably.
Do you think you ever met the guy that killed John Benet Ramsey?
No.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I do know who that is. I mean, I don't know him personally.
Them, I think they go by them.
Them, it'd be them. Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think she's like the first person that did the gender stuff.
Really?
Pronouns, yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, I know what you mean. I was hoping you might know somebody personally who were involved in that story.
No.
Do you know anybody? You went to Chicago a lot. Do you know anybody who ever met John Wayne Gacy?
No.
He was the Democratic clown.
But I do know somebody that her cousin was Jeffrey Dahmer in Milwaukee, you know? Her cousin was the black dude that got... he had his brains in the freezer and stuff.
Wow.
I wonder if they put his name on that stuff. He's like, who ate my freaking brains? You know, he has roommates and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, I put my name on that.
Or if he brought it to work ever.
Or he has like a dick or something. He has his name written on it. He's like, who ate that? Because everyone's eating out of the refrigerator. You know, it's like,
right.
Take your own food stamps or whatever.
You think ever got like really drunk and just ate everything?
Yeah, it totally sounds. Yeah, exactly.
So I was on a TV show, and this is we're going to show a little bit of another episode there, but this it's called Creature Feature TV.
I've been excited to see.
And
this.
like I mentioned earlier, it airs on local TV channels in Des Moines and Omaha, I believe, are the two, and then it's soon going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's kind of raising, but it's been on in Omaha for 60 years or something like that. And this person that I worked with, that I rode with, and the doc there, he took over the place, the doc, in the early 2010s. So he's been doing it now for about 10 years, and he's growing the production himself, and he writes everything. And I had the opportunity to help a little behind the scenes, and I was just hanging there, and then somebody didn't show up, so I got to fill in their role. I had to learn the lines really quickly. And then he asked me, he said, you're supposed to be Italian, lower your voice. So I had to do some things like that, which kind of stressed me out, but it went fine there. So we'll see a little of that maybe in the next few weeks. But I wanted to introduce everybody to the show, and then we'll play some of the behind-the-scenes footage that I took throughout the thing. I got some scenes. I have the set and everything. It records in a warehouse, so it's really interesting. But I want to introduce everybody first to Creature Feature TV.
Can you do an Italian accent?
No, I just did a
Can you try?
I did a deep voice. I said, what was one of my lines? I said, I was really nervous at the time, too.
The line he texted me says, "We don't serve your kind here."
No, that was you texted me. I said I played a bouncer, and you made racial jokes back at me. I said, none of that. It was
Pizza
a family
pie.
show. Well, it wasn't that kind of
Mamma mia.
It was a mobs. He was
Are
more
you
of a
Italian?
mobster bouncer.
Oh.
No.
I think one of the lines was, yeah, what's up, boss? And I had to do like that. I said, got it, boss. Like that.
And then Bruce Springsteen came
But a
out.
lower voice, I think, was really
boss.
enforced that. So it was something like that. So I had to kind of do that. I had 7
What do you
lines.
mean by lower?
3 scenes.
Like lowering your voice, the volume, or like
right,
the
like
tone?
a lower.
A little lower. How's this, baby? A little lower.
So anyway, I was involved in this production. This is an old episode called Teed Off Doc. And I want to introduce everybody to Creature Feature, and you can find it at creaturefeaturetv.com. It's going to be a little quiet. Strap in, folks. It's a strange one. They do a 30-minute production too. I like 30-minute shows.
Collaborate.
Well, we kind of did. I think I'm going to get Doc on David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show too.
That's what I meant.
I was on an episode. It's going to air in a few weeks. It's going to be somewhere in a few weeks. I'm not sure. I think you find most of them on the website. This is the intro, of course, to the show. Have you ever been on a TV show? I don't even think this is going to make it to IMDb. I'm not really sure about that.
I've been on a couple different things.
Do you know anything about the world of local access TV?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I remember going on the local access for just like the radio station, but they tore that building down now. But you go in there and, back in the day when you have a TV that didn't have the coaxial thing in the back, and you had to hook that thing up to it, to put a coaxial on it. Anyways, you hook that up to your stereo, and so when you're at the public access place, you flip these switches on, and it does go to an antenna, but the only way you can pick it up is if you have it running into your stereo coming off a coaxial cable.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. And there's like 2 turntables, and it's pretty neat. It was pretty neat. That was
so like AM radio or local radio things.
But
that's an interesting method. I've never heard that.
I mean,
there's probably 17 people out there that say, "Oh, I remember those days."
Yeah, I remember those days.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did we get any questions for Robert Wallace in the live chat today?
Not yet.
If anybody has any, I know it takes a little bit to even think. What do I ask? But he's an interesting guy. You ask him anything, he's got a great story about it. A lot like this Chris, the doc. I was in the car with him, and you'd say things like, you're pretty big in Omaha. Do you ever see anybody dressing like the doc in Omaha? And he says, no. And then he has this long story about another local access beef, and he has this until all the way from meeting the guy till the guy died, like 6 years later. It's a long, you get to listen for an hour of a very interesting story. He knows everything. It's like a comedy scene, but local access TV from all around the Midwest, from St. Paul to Cleveland. It's fascinating.
Do you think at Capri or something, like one of those hair places, they're like, people are dying all the time, and like their hair.
What? Oh, dyeing their hair.
But they don't get that.
I think by the end of the show, you're going to work that one out.
Yeah, me too.
We're getting there.
Either rub one out or work one out,
Right. Well, this show does get a little raunchy
hopefully
sometimes.
The latter, right?
Certainly.
I think that's what.
It's spelled
Working
differently.
the one out, right?
Creature Feature, everybody. This is not the episode that I was on, but I want to introduce everybody to the show.
Oh, yeah. No, that sounds good.
Is that the number one fan?
Nurse,
Well, spoiler, I wasn't sure.
I think the
I wasn't sure if we were going to point this out, but of course, David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show's number one fan is involved in this production.
operation is a complete success. No, that's a flatlining sound. No flatlining.
Sorry, Doc. With all the
I was
medical
in an episode.
advances mankind has made in the 1970s, it just wasn't meant to be.
This isn't fair. I can't believe it. We spent 13 hours in surgery with this guy, and now he goes and kicks a bucket on us.
Well, the internet did say there was a 1 in 56 million chance that a man won't survive a male nipple reduction procedure.
It's edgy.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Live!
Secretary! You lousy bum, you better be in there.
Quick, nurse. Run. Hide somewhere. It's the mean old neighbor, Mr. Dinkleberry. Quick.
Secretary, you quack! Where are you?
Get up the merchandise.
No
We'll
one
give
in
it
here
one more joke.
except for us double D breast implants.
Psst. You're sagging. Firm up a little bit.
So,
That's perfect.
this is Creature Feature TV. For the audio listeners, of course, he's taking it's a lab set up there. You can see it's a horror doctor theme type thing. Dr. Sanguinary, the main character, is a zombie-like doctor character, and he has a nurse.
I see all the telephones in the background there.
He's a werewolf. I don't know what
There's
the
quite a
telephones.
few, yeah.
This set, where I was, and we'll show a little bit of that in a moment here, was a warehouse. It was a new location where they bring this set as the same set. It's very, very professional setup, really.
I was always never could find a warehouse because I'm like, where?
So this is the way the show operates there. It's this main through line, and it's mixed with sketches in between.
I'm a freaking mess. Look at this.
So
I need something.
he'll segue each scene into a sketch of some sort that's either some public domain, some public domain film, which is pretty common with these local access horror TV hosts, or sometimes he'll have a pre-prepared sketch, which are usually pretty thoughtful and things. And he's an interesting guy. This guy works like a couple of jobs and things, and then he writes these scripts and then drives over and records these and gets a cast thrown together and things. So he's a real...
Where's this out of?
Omaha, Nebraska is where they film.
Health Fed Fitness program.
I was calling it the belly button of America.
So it must be pretty good. Well, you know what? I guess I'm going to have to pull out the old checkbook and get signed up for this program. So while I'm doing that, why don't you boys and girls watch this?
Come a little closer.
And then it segues into, these public access or these public domain films or a sketch that he's prepared.
Hey, there we go. Vincent Price.
Or an old commercial.
Vincent Price.
Because it kind of fills out, and that's the format. So I was involved with Creature Feature TV. I did an episode, and at the end of every episode, they do one of these goodbyes here, and that's what I'm really looking forward to, because I think I was a little rude. I was a little too loud, just visually on the screen. I was pointing at people. I didn't really wave at the camera. I did
Boys
my
and girls,
classic
I
points.
sure hope you had a lot of fun messing around with us here at our beautiful golf course. And I hope that we're going to see you again next week for more exciting, action-packed adventure here in Creature Feature. So we're just going to sign off for now. Doc and the Creature Feature cast and crew wishing you a good day and a good night and a good golf game.
And then everybody waves. There we go.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Oh, no, you thought of the same joke. I thought the same thing. I was like, I could write for this. They need more creative talent here. We could both. Maybe we could volunteer and we write a script for Creature Feature TV. I bet we could pull that.
I'm ambidextrous, so
Oh, yeah, well, you count as 3 people.
Yeah, well.
Interesting.
I can talk in like 14th person, though.
What do you think about that? It's a pretty wacky show.
Yeah, it looks pretty wacky.
It's exciting to see David Collins, though, on that show.
Yeah,
huh?
most certainly.
What an exciting thing we might see there.
Yeah.
It's going to be out. It happened already. It was recording.
Bouncing days.
I was so nervous about teasing it because last time I teased being in something, I got X'd from the whole production.
X'd?
Yeah.
The Tom Garland incident there, but Creature Feature TV. So I went there and I brought my camera and everything, and we did some filming behind the scenes. I have to pull all these up. Robert Wallace, do you have any other stories to help us vamp here while I get all these pulled up?
Yeah, sure. One time I thought I knew this guy. This guy, you know, like when someone has a vehicle that no one else has, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like custom. One time I was down at the old porn theater my grandpa owned, and sitting in the office watching Jerry Springer, and so I'm leaving, and I thought this was my friend, right? Because we got up the road a little bit. Anyways, I had to pull a knife on him. But,
for what?
Oh, well, so he pulls into this like a dead end, and so I pulled him right behind him, and right when he gets out of his car, I realize it's not my friend, and he comes up to me, and he's a creep, right? And he's like, he tries grabbing me, and I'm in my car, you know. No, I just pulled out my pocket knife, you know, and freaking lost it on him, and he backed his vehicle out because I was blocked in, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
wow.
Like there's only like one person I know that has a Charger with freaking a spoiler on the back, you know, and it's like, and it happens to be two people. One's a creep and one was my friend, you know, and yeah.
Wow.
Just close, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
There's a million Cinemax stories.
Do you keep a blade on you to this day?
What's that?
You keep a knife on you to this day?
No.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Has that woman been texting you still?
Right now? I turn my phone off.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, last week or so.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, what's she been up to?
Oh my gosh. I got a great story with her. A little, just quick story.
While you tell the story, I'm just going to be showing the clips here. We have visually the warehouse.
She comes into my house, and she was like, my crotch is raw. And I'm like, what? I don't want to see your freaking crotch.
Big warehouse.
Anyway, she drops her drawers, right?
You told us this story.
Okay.
Well, I didn't
The liquid
remember.
stitch?
Yeah, with the stitch. It's for clothing and
Yeah,
fabrics.
okay, yeah,
and
yeah, that's
and you
the-
say you're not supposed to put that inside of you.
Yeah. And on just, yeah. And I was like, that's why you're breaking out so bad. But then when she picked her ass that day, you know, that's the last time I was like, I had a girlfriend for I had a girlfriend for long enough, you know, and you know, just
Pulling up all these clips or making us skip frames.
I was like, get out of here, you know. Like, she's picking her ass, like my ass itches, you know. I'm like, go home, take a fucking shit. I'm like, go ahead and take a shower, you know, if your ass itches.
Yeah.
And she, you know, because so I made sure I opened every door. I made sure I opened both doors for her.
You're off,
So
Mike.
I made sure I opened every door for her so she didn't touch any of the doors because she's just itching her ass, you know.
Yeah. Jeez.
What an interesting life you live. So this is the warehouse, of course, where they record. This is the new studio you'll see. So it's a nice place. We're in Omaha, Nebraska here, and it's we'll see a little more inside here. I have a lot of these clips. We're just going to go through them one at a time, and we're going to start dropping frames. I apologize for that. I noticed that my computer's struggling to do anything right now, so we'll just have to run through them like this.
And this is the warehouse you're talking about, obviously.
Yeah, and here's the set. So we're seeing the set here. It looks like that we haven't started losing any more, so things are going smoothly now that everything's kind of up. But this is the set. So we're behind the scenes here on Creature Feature TV. It was pretty exciting. I get to see all this. There's the dressing room, that orange.
How come Creature Feature sounds so familiar? Like, is it? I mean, is it public?
I told you, it's been going on for 60 years.
Okay, and what exactly? Well, go ahead.
What exactly what?
What is it? I mean, I know. I mean, like, what is it about, or what? Just what I'm watching right now.
We just watched an episode.
Yeah, I know that, but I didn't know if that was like just kind of a. You know, it's not like Svengoolie. You know, like where.
I told you that people knew that name, Svengoolie.
Oh, that's my sister's favorite. Every Saturday.
That's his competition.
Really?
Although I think Svengoolie's dead, isn't he?
No, he's not. No, Rich Kaz.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not dead.
So that's this horror TV genre, though. It's kind of a thing.
He just started since MeTV picked him up. He's really gotten big.
Really?
Yeah,
that's right on there. Yeah.
Svengoolie. Yeah, I know everything about him just because my sister watches him.
Fascinating. So yeah, then you'll be loosely familiar. You've heard Creature Feature, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because it's in that same universe.
Yeah, but there used to be another Svengoolie back a long time ago, and then he was the son of Svengoolie. This guy, Rich Kaz, you know, and because the guy gave it up, you know, I was like, yeah, I think that Rich Kaz has been since 1975.
Jeez.
Hey there. Oh, here's me talking to the camera.
I'm here in Omaha, Nebraska.
It's gonna pause because it's so delayed.
They're filming a new episode of this show. It's a local TV show, and it appears on some local channels, and I think somewhere in Tennessee, too. Creature Feature. So, gonna watch some of
This is
that.
me outside the
Maybe
warehouse.
help behind the scenes a little bit, and just this is what I'm doing on Saturday.
And it was a fun Saturday. There's the city.
Hit that bait.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, look at that dumpster back in the background. Or a pop-up camper.
Yeah, one of there.
Totally.
So here's a good set pan here. We have a lot of short clips. I have like 13 of these, but
I'll take that
we'll
reel.
zoom through them one at a time. They're all generally about 15 seconds. Some are a minute or two.
Did you make a set like this, you think?
Yeah.
It's a nice set. And you can see this is the whole... We get a little pan of all the lights and the script and the camera and everything.
What kind of script? Like Percocet?
It's a full script.
Oh.
I think we get a good zoom in here. There's a fish. It's a very elaborate setup that they use here, Creature Feature TV. So right now we're looking at a fish puppet. It's a little lifelike, too. It's kind of spooky. What do you think about all this, Robert Wallace? They're rehearsing. They're getting set up and everything. It was a full day of shooting. It's quite a...
Yeah, I've done some shooting when I lived in Iowa City. My roommate, he did like the first Nanny 911, like the first one ever. And then he's done a bunch of different things. But
Nanny 911?
I never ever watched it before, but Nanny 911 or whatever it is. But like the first one ever to air.
These are two.
He directed that one, but he directed a show about me. It wasn't a show about me, but it was a documentary about me. It's in the early 90s. You can probably still find it, but I'm not going to say what the name of it is right now.
What was it called?
Nothing. I don't want to say what it was called.
Right.
You were in a show.
Can you sign
Well,
it?
no, I was the only one. It was just a documentary about me. Actually, we watched it on the big screen in Iowa City.
Really?
Yeah.
I get told all the time. I talk to Jameson Cox. Almost every time I talk to Jameson
I just
Cox.
talked to him last night. Yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he have to say? He's a great guy. Every time I talk to him, though, he says, you got to make a documentary about Robert Wallace.
Yeah,
he leaves it to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. That makes me feel like...
Would you want a documentary? Part 2?
We'd interview...
Actually, it'd be a part 1.
We'd interview
just said you had one.
5 hours a day over the course of 3 days. We'd get all that and we'd organize it and things, and then we'd build the story around those interviews.
Since I've been getting a lot healthier, like my brain my brain's even... I don't...
You're with it. You have a good recall these days.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, it's crazy the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, too.
So I was saying part 2 because you said you already had a part 1.
I wouldn't... I'd strike all that stuff from the record. Or I'd sneak into the file cabinet and take those records and...
Well, this is good. We'd do it. It would be our
Give
own project. We wouldn't need to part
Give
to
them to
it.
that Clinton and she'll put them through a shredder.
Yeah.
So this is I have this recorded here when
I feel
they
that.
first start shooting this episode that I was in here. So this is the first take here of scene 1. I got the full thing, so we'll just watch this whole thing. It looks like our frames have kind of been okay. It's same fourth, but it should be improving. Any thoughts about this TV show in the live chat?
Tuck back a little bit more, please.
Creature Feature.
Actually, turn so you're facing the set. There you go, perfect. You are completely out.
And here he goes.
Rich Cos is the man.
Yes, he is.
Oh, people know Sven Gulli.
Oh yeah, he Me
Never heard
TV.
of
Like I think he's kind of made Me TV, kind of
Really?
like.
What's it about?
Oh, you ever watch that
Cold
mystery?
fish.
That
Cut in 1. Section 1. Take 1.
I'll tell you in a second.
Everybody's phones on silent.
Right.
Sounds like David Collins pre-production.
Action.
They're very professional.
Like shadows, and, no shadows and everything.
Oh, I'm in so much pain. Oh, doctor. And oh, nurse. Even though I'm in a lot of pain, I'm
And they do a lot of things in post, too.
man. By the way, do you use...
And you can see behind me is the warehouse. It's a large space.
Okay, here, using this, I'm using...
And that was them beginning to record there.
But yeah, Rich Cos. He you ever watch that show on Comedy Central? It was where they sat in front of a movie screen. It was that robot and Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, that's the same thing as Svengoolie, but it's set up different. But it's the same thing. They just comment.
These horror TV hosts generally operate over a similar format where they do talk to the camera 5 minutes, and then they segue into a public domain something, and they watch that, and then they might commentary over it like a Mystery Science Theater type thing.
He'll have like a song, that that he sings with.
It's
somebody
sketch comedy surrounding some sort of overall show.
And then he has Berwin the chicken. And he talks with him there. I can't believe I even know this kind of stuff. My sister, she got me kind of watching Star Trek too, the first Star Trek, with the Kurt.
Interesting.
They're always having they're always having those transporter malfunctions. It's like, where in the heck do you get your damn transporters at?
Yeah, where do you get the parts from?
Yeah, and it's like, you think the Federation would be able to afford, we're gonna have to give you one with a salvage title,
Yeah.
What kind of transporters that? They end up in freaking Zimbabwe.
3.
But yeah, they end up always end up in a parallel world or something. It's like, why don't you just spend a couple extra bucks and go buy a good one?
Yeah, right.
Cripes, or at least lease one out.
There's so many parts too on a spaceship.
At least
think about how many parts there'd be.
Actually, I think it's just a one-piece plastic model.
Could be, yeah.
I knew this plastic model, and well, actually, it was a dummy, actually, but I pretended like it was
I see. A woman
segue.
They call it.
Right, left, right, left.
We have some good. There were some great mannequins in this warehouse.
She used to model for me all the time.
I think you're going to enjoy this scene. I have another scene here from Creature Feature TV from the episode that I'll be appearing on here.
I had to take a pee.
We got 15 minutes.
I don't have to anymore.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That couch has taken a lot of damage. Just like any
Actually, I do it, but
any good studio, we have a dirty couch.
Yeah, we have a PM show.
So this is a scene from Creature Feature TV. They're getting set up for the big bear scene. You know about bear scenes.
Do I?
I don't know.
Trying to get you that PlayStation.
Oh, the bear scenes.
Paddington.
That's a lot of laps Mama's got to dance on, son.
That head. That head, I couldn't believe. That head they pulled out of a box like this size.
Wow.
And it folded out and it turned into a big bear head.
Are we ready? All right, start swimming. Remember, you guys got, the minute he pulls your fish out of your hand, that hand goes behind
So
your
the doc
back.
is doing some directing here. There's people with fish in front of a fish club.
Gently knock things off.
A nightclub for fish, of
And then
course.
when you're done, just kind of look
I
around.
promise that the jokes hold up in this too. I'm very impressed by the writing.
Walk off. Got it?
It's a little elaborate sometimes, but there is always payoff.
Okay, my job's done. What the fuck?
All right, let's see what's on the TV. I bet the Bears are playing.
The Bears.
Jesus. I quit. Club fish.
How'd you not get
Cut
kicked
in
out for
3,
laughing?
section 3, take 1.
You know, I made a joke afterwards. Somebody said, "I'm hungry." And I said, "I'm hungry too," for laughter. Nobody laughed. Nobody laughed at that joke, actually.
Hi, Hungry. I'm David Collins.
Oh, I do like that joke too. Hi, Hungry.
Action.
And of course, I imagine in post there's going to be it's going to be sound design involved. He does a lot in the editing bay there. But this is the bear scene from the episode that I appeared on of Creature Feature TV. There's fish. A bear attacks the fish nightclub, of course. Not to diminish the setup to all this. There was a lot of setup involved. This is a payoff. It's an elaborate set. And you can see this is my favorite part, everybody. Listen closely.
Cut.
When they cut?
Yeah, I can't see a thing in this element.
Oh, I think I talked over it.
Yeah, that's something I do.
Oh, he asks the director, "Good enough?"
Oh, yeah.
Which is my favorite. I thought it went well, but I thought that went well, right? I would ask. Good enough sounds very. If somebody asked me good enough, I would have said we better redo it. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a low bar.
Kind of like wrestling practice still going on. And you're looking at the clock.
Yeah.
But he's trying to think, what he's going to do in post and everything. But that was the bear scene. It was bear. I'm not going to give the joke away, but I'll give a clue there. The bear had claws on his hands, and it wasn't bear. They weren't bear claws.
Hopefully
Was it a Teddy Krueger?
Oh, come on!
Santa Claus.
You're not supposed to give away the joke.
I didn't give it away.
Maybe it was Santa Claus's blood.
It's in the chat.
Oh, did somebody guess that?
Yeah, somebody guessed it.
Oh, you're exactly right.
geez.
Good job, chatters.
Yes.
You should go back to the guy when he said he couldn't see you. It's kind of funny.
Anyway, so I appeared on
Can't see
Creature
this
Feature
damn
TV,
thing.
and we're all really looking forward to that. Maybe check out an episode there and see David Collins sent you. That'd be fun. I love it when people do that. It doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
But we do that anyway.
It's a good feeling.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope
Did you
everybody's
got the
doing
ABCs
well.
down?
I was hoping for a call from Dylan this morning. Did we get any call from Dylan? Did we get
Who's
anybody
that?
in the waiting room or anything like that?
I can't hear you.
That's the name of that.
Who can't you hear?
Thing I did in the night.
Robert Wallace, you got to talk to the
Oh.
microphone. We can't hear you without you talking to the
Like
microphone.
26,000 views or whatever, but that was a long time ago. But that's what it was called.
Oh, okay.
And then if you punch in that guy's name,
Do you mind if I do it? Not on the show, but
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You better not show me. I will pull it up right now. Talking. We're on
But his
we're
name's-
live, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and I hope it's happy. I hope you're having a great Wednesday.
Yes, I am.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
You got anything exciting for the rest of the day?
For the rest of the day, well,
I wanted to end with a great video from one of my favorite fan channels, Jacob and Dad, today. Do you know anything about Jacob and Dad? If you had a son, you would start a YouTube channel, right? That'd be interesting.
if I had a son, I'd probably be like, "Hey, son, you can go to the bathroom if you really need to," and
what?
I had to take a pee real bad.
Oh, I see. You can excuse yourself.
Okay.
I mean, are you going to be okay?
Yeah. Actually, I can. I'm good. Oh my God, there it is, right there. Holy
That's
shit.
you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Oh, you're teasing something. Are we not allowed to pull it up?
No.
All right. Well, we're going to have to get to that.
We have what, journalistic integrity or something.
Maybe
I
next.
I got you, Robert.
There's no journalistic integrity. Journalistic integrity is showing it, regardless of your personal
I can't believe you pulled
relationships.
it up that quick, man. You're you know all about cards and
You have to show.
You're
You have to show everything.
You're a jack of all trades.
That's what I
He
say.
asked me specifically not to tell you.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jacob and Dad, everybody, and they have a brand new video that I was really excited. The thumbnail here is like Chris DiStefano doing a YOLO face. I'm not really sure, and it says the most subscribers, views, and that's the thumbnail. It's very exciting.
That's a Canva template.
Isn't it? It's a great. I love this guy's thumbnails, generally speaking. And the video is called "Don't Quit Your Day Job: How to Quit Without." Oh, that now he changed the title to "Don't Quit Your Day Job." It used to just be how to get 1,000 subscribers in 30 days. But he changed the title. This guy changes the title. This is part of his method, though, to get views and subscribers. Now, unfortunately, he only has 66 views at this time, but we're going to boost this up, and 5 of those views are mine. But now the title is Don't Quit Your Day Job: How to Get 1,000 Subscribers Fast. Monetization YouTubers Challenges.
Or he's a piece of work.
So we're going to learn a little something here. My favorite is the dichotomy between the thumbnail and then this is the first opening scene. But we're going to learn a little bit something about, if nothing else, cinematography.
Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I live in Minnesota and it's a very cold state. We get winter every time, you know.
This
it
is
seems
amazing
like we get winter,
cinematography.
even in
If he's
summer.
backing up through his
And I
house. He has a
wanted,
full
like, 3
back
good
around
ways
his house.
to
Like
do
it's
different things, like
Boom.
be outside, outdoor activities and all that. But today I just want to tell you a little bit about Minnesota.
Well, I watched Tenet yesterday, so I thought I'd record a video about how to make 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Minnesota is, you know, it's a Midwest state.
And he doesn't really get to
And,
it. He
it gets
introduces
very
himself
cold
for a
in
while.
winter.
He's on video 7,453, and he said, maybe I should introduce myself to the viewers.
I have a YouTube channel.
I'm
This
dead.
channel, you're watching this video, and most people always say, "Hey, it's so hard to make money on YouTube."
Right.
But I'm not talking about making money on YouTube today.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the state of Minnesota. It's very cold out here.
He's just talking about the state of Minnesota. So what I've noticed we watched about 100 of this guy's videos yesterday, scrolling through, and I found all of his videos are clickbait.
Yeah.
Hey, all the videos have titles that are nothing to do with the video. What do you think about Dad so far? This is Jacob and Dad's YouTube channel. It's mostly Dad these days. Used to be a lot more Jacob.
Really? Now it's more Dad, huh?
Now it's more Dad.
Because he freaking thinks he's all of a sudden thinks he can run the show, huh?
He's the new Jake
Yeah,
Paul.
there we go.
He's
Yeah.
vlogging.
He's like, "Hey, Dad, I started this stuff," and his dad's like,
Right now,
Right. That's true.
that's what it looks like.
stepping on toes.
So he's in St. Paul. We have his address. We're not going to talk about it today, but it's very easy to find.
What kind of things do you do in Minnesota? I have a kid, as you have seen on my channel. Smash
Right.
that like button and subscribe, support the work.
That's a tip.
In winter, there isn't much to do, but we go sledding because my kid and I love sledding.
How to get 1,000
So that's
subscribers.
one of the best activity we do here in Minnesota. And if you can check the playlist, you'll see a lot of videos us sledding.
All right.
Sometime,
So we're going to skip forward here a little to the advice segment here. I should have time-stamped this. It's so confusing.
Jacob Medad,
It's after the whistles.
So you
Canada,
can listen to the
Brazil,
bells.
Spain,
Figure out
Kenya,
what time
South
it is.
Africa. All those people watching from those countries
Here we go.
wanted to know Minnesota gets very cold. Right now I'm standing
So all those people and all those other countries, he wants you to know Minnesota gets cold. Can we get to the advice
talking a
now?
little bit about myself. I've lived in Minnesota for a long time now.
He's in Minnesota.
About 30 years. I moved here from Kenya. And
That's
I love
interesting.
it, even though sometimes I don't like the winter because it gets very cold. But it's a great state for you to move. You know, great education system for kids and also a lot of colleges here in Minnesota. I live in Twin Cities. St. Paul, they call it Twin Cities because Minneapolis is very close to St. Paul.
All right.
St. Vincent de Paul.
Isn't this guy's YouTube video? I can't get over. Get to the 1,000 subscribers thing. I'm supposed to learn something here. I'm just learning about St. Paul. He says, "Come up here,
I
take my
love
private
Minnesota,
course."
And I love Twin Cities. So if you're planning to move to the
I wonder what
US,
his private
All right.
course is. He's like,
in,
throws you in a hole in the basement.
Minnesota,
He does give good advice, and I really want to get to that.
here in the, and you know, great amenities, including public libraries and rec centers, you know, recreation centers. So
Trying to get
if
the
you're
city
a
of
parent-
St. Paul 1,000 subscribers.
We got to get this guy on the show.
Yeah.
He loves his
You should
city.
go to his house. knock
That's
on the door.
awesome. It's awesome to love your city.
Except he gets upset when the Vikings don't even show up to play.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Did they pull up in a boat?
surrounding areas.
Oh, it's a football team.
Oh, football team.
Right.
Okay, I gotcha.
So that's a little bit about me. And,
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
We are almost at 15,000 subscribers. So
Right.
give
Well,
a like on this video.
almost to
that helps
13.
with the YouTube algorithm.
Let's be modest.
Push this video to more people. And if you're new on YouTube and you're
Okay.
a small channel and you're struggling, don't worry. Just start recording videos and posting on YouTube, and YouTube will push your videos to people who are gonna watch. And
So you heard it, everybody. If you are small on YouTube and you're having trouble building an audience, just keep posting videos, and YouTube will push your things.
I don't even know how to sign into YouTube.
Well, that's it. That would have been a good place to start, probably.
Yeah.
hopefully, cross your fingers. They're gonna.
Rogue's back, everybody. You see
so-
Rogue here on camera there.
I think he was going to take my place for a second when I went to the bathroom. He said, but I really had to go to the bathroom. I know you said before don't make me have to pull this car over.
How about this, Robert Wallace? In 3 minutes,
Oh,
we're going to
that's
switch
cool.
over to the reality show.
Hey, there we go.
Or if you want to flash the camera, we're on. I don't really.
Well,
You have a bottle? We could.
I guess I
that's
did have-
shock jockery.
I guess
How
I
about
did have
Robert
a,
Wallace
I guess I
peas-
did have a wardrobe malfunction at the comedy bar that time.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
We talked about that in the reality show before too.
Strip, everything fell down.
Oh no.
Right. People complimented his.
That's when I started wearing boxers after that day.
Apparently, he has a great arrangement. People have boasted about Robert Wallace's setup.
Yeah, I didn't even know what
Yes,
happened
that's
until
right.
the next week.
So
Small YouTube creators, don't worry about.
Here's
how many
his
views you're
advice.
getting or how many subscribers you have. Maybe you have 0, maybe you have 1, but just keep recording content and posting on YouTube, and your videos eventually will be pushed by YouTube, and you're gonna start getting views and also getting subscribers. And algorithm is doing a great job these days pushing small YouTube channels out there. So how do you get subscribers?
Good question.
By posting videos every single day.
Right.
How do you get more views? By posting content every single day. At least post a video every single day, and you're gonna see the result of that.
Here
Your
comes
work
my
is
favorite
gonna
part.
pay eventually, you're gonna make money on YouTube, but right now, don't be discouraged that you're getting no views. Just keep posting, and views will come. The first thing is you can't get views if you don't have any videos.
That's a good point.
So record videos and post them, and people are gonna watch. That's how small creators are making money, getting views, and also getting subscribers. So take care. If you plan to move to the US from a different country, or if you live in the US.
Jacob and Dad, we were watching these videos yesterday, and he has a video where he just goes through Dollar Tree and he picks up practically every item in the Dollar Tree and says, for $1.25, this is too small. And then he goes to the next one, he reads the title of the product, he says, for $1.25, this is too small.
They're like Jimmy Dean sandwiches too. It's like, that's a good deal.
For everything. He's very picky.
Housing is more expensive, but then
Porch is
also
too hot.
And then he ends talking about the housing
you're
in St.
working,
Paul again.
You make more money than when you live in those states in the South. So take care of yourself. That's how you grow your YouTube channel. If you're a small channel, by posting videos just like this one You
He
know?
seems like a loyal
Don't worry
family
about
person, you know?
editing.
Oh, that's my favorite part here. He says, "Don't worry about editing."
By posting videos just like this one, you know? Don't worry about editing. Record, talk about yourself, how you want to help other people for them to do something. And this video is to tell you a little bit about myself and also to help you grow your YouTube channel.
Well, thank you, Dad.
Hey, David, just to let you know, I watched that.
Isn't he great?
That tutorial, you know, and you edit. If it wasn't for your editing, I would have looked like, is this guy sleeping?
Oh, well, that's very kind. Of course, we do put a lot into the production end, so I appreciate you noticing.
Yes.
But yeah, we had a video. Remember, everybody check out on our YouTube channel, Robert Wallace,
My nephew,
giving us a tour of Dubuque.
My nephew loved it, and a few other people did too.
Oh, that's sweet to hear. That's perfect. Well, we're going to end today with another piece of the third episode of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour
Stand-up
reality
comedy,
show.
the heartbeat of
Let
laughter.
me just get through this nonsense here. But I hope everybody's having anything going on in the live chat this morning. I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. My coffee is just getting to the end. Robert Wallace, thanks so much for coming in today. How are you feeling?
Burnout Incense is not.
You've been on the show a few times now. So we're interviewing you at the reality show. This is perfect timing. So you've been on the show a few times now.
Oh, most certainly. I love it.
How did you enjoy your experience today?
This is probably the best so far. I've been livelier, you know, the last couple times. Like, you know, like if I would have came in with an excuse this time.
I thought we had a great episode last time you were in.
Did you?
Definitely.
Yeah, it was good.
I think today was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, most certainly.
You have some interesting stories, and we love anytime you feel okay sharing any of them.
Yeah. They're true.
Fantastic. And
obviously.
these people say you want to have a documentary. Matt and I are going to be watching your documentary today, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'll think of some
you
ideas.
tell him about it. I'm not going to tell him about it. Don't worry
It's
about
not really
it.
a document. It's, yeah.
I got you. It's very
It was like
personal.
1998 or 99, I think it was.
Yeah, it's very personal.
Yeah, kind of.
It's fascinating, but it's publicly on the internet.
Yeah.
Do you not have any control over getting that taken down?
I probably could, but I don't. But if you looked up that guy that...
Interesting.
If you looked up his resume, you know, he's...
Pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, he used to be. I mean,
Perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm sure he still is.
Robert, they want to hear you.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hear you.
That's
you
great.
speak off. You're keeping secrets.
No, I'm not keeping secrets.
Yeah, secrets. Anyway.
We got some stuff going on in the live chat. We got Dang Lizard. Shout out to him. White Nova says,
Oh, good morning, Dang Lizard.
White Nova loving this show. Old School Dave's in there. Got Stod Chunksta, Todd Basinger, number one Dan, and then number one fan.
Oh, perfect.
And Zach Hoyle.
Dan, you said?
Oh, Zach Hoyle. We want to get Zach Hoyle as a third mic on the show pretty soon there. He's going to be a lot of fun. And we also were going to hire a clown to have in the background. I thought that would be fun to have a clown in studio while we do the show. So we're thinking about something like that.
Think there's any clown interpreters?
Or an interpreter. If anybody's a clown or an interpreter or a clown interpreter, that'd be fun. They're already so dramatic. Don't get me started on these interpreters. I already went off about it this morning.
Or like a mime? You're not sure. A mime?
Matt prefers that I hold the baseball bat these days instead of the gun, so we're kind of compromising on that, everybody. But for the audio listeners, I do have a baseball bat with me this morning. Well, happy Wednesday. I hope everybody... Robert Wallace has to relieve himself.
Oh, and Merch Mouse. I forgot about him.
And good
Shout out
morning, Merch Mouse.
Yeah.
I hope everybody has a great morning.
He recognized you from the video.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is this the
just
big
that now. I
video?
don't even have to go to the bathroom now. I feel so special.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Boy, what a great show. Drive Time David Collins. Anybody, you got any final words, Robert Wallace? Matt Ferry?
Drive safe.
That's right. And
Drive
if you
safe.
are a armored truck driver, you would obviously drive safe.
And drive hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Have
you're on
to.
Viagra.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can put them in these
Oscar
folders.
Mayer, Wiener,
But they're just in totes without any of the folders.
That's a lot. What would you? How many totes would you say?
I don't know. 'Cause I'm still finding shit. But it hasn't been totes lately. It's been folders.
How many years of writing is that?
Since, I don't know. Since 2015, maybe?
You are constantly building material.
I mean, that's just some of it. I mean, this is old.
Exercises? How do you go about building them?
I write the alphabet down, and then I'll listen into different programs, and if I hear something odd on that program, I'll rhyme everything odd with that word or with that subject. And like literally, I write A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I'll write the whole alphabet down.
Wow.
And then and it's just like boom, I can fucking hit a word, and then I can connect that with something, and then it's like it wouldn't shock me one bit if I didn't pay the electric bill. You know what I'm saying? Shut up! Get away from me!
What?
Oh, that's a paranoid comedian. What are they all laughing at? WTF, way too funny. Oh, shit. Yeah, it started with comedy, though. You know, like when I was looking at my set list, I'm like, I can't read what I wrote. I can't read what I wrote. I can't read what I wrote. You know, and then I was like, I can't do that. You know, this was in 2017.
Yeah.
And, you know, so then I'm like, I'm going to have to fucking...
Practice.
Yes. And fucking I did that. And then fucking Todd got me my first advice was to just let the microphone sit in the fucking, in the holster and just don't touch it. And Todd gave me that advice, you know, and it was really good advice.
Yeah.
You know, and it was, you know...
Vinny Paulino gave me similar advice. He said,
I really like this, and this helped me at first with nerves. I used to always kind of be looking around, like down, and if I had notes and stuff like that, I'd be looking at my notes. It's hard when you're first starting to remember everything, but I'm going to challenge you to the next time you get on stage, plant your feet, David. Plant your feet facing the crowd, and when you're delivering your jokes, okay, while you're doing the setup, look to the crowd to the left, look to the crowd to the right, and deliver the punchline to the middle of the room.
I take all these jokes and shit, you know? Do you think I look at one of them? No. It's almost like a security blanket.
oh, just holding it.
Yeah. Like I could be reading something and it's nothing that even anything has to say here, you know? It's just like a security blanket, kind of.
Yeah. Well, it's a prop, too.
Yeah, it is a prop, actually, because, you know, I can't read, right? Oh, shit. A Klans member's car breaks down. What did he call? Triple K. Bunch of skinheads blowing each other. White shower. Fuck. Drinking out of their Ku Klux can. This ain't open mic surgery, I tell you. Oh. I do. I don't drink either. And before I came here, I did. Just a little bit. Like, I had like 3 shots of Fireball. And that's enough to get me fucking woo.
Do you do that before you go on stage ever?
Yes, I do. Every once in a while. Some people I know that they're like, I had to drink fucking, I had to do, yeah, like they have a set thing they do before they go into comedy. Like, they're like, I had to have like 2 shots of this and then fucking a shot of this and then a fucking old style, and
You're friends with all of them.
Yeah.
For some reason, every comedian in this country is Facebook friends with you.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did that start? Tell me about that.
That happened with, I had this group, on Facebook. Like how you had in the groups and shit, And I started hundreds and hundreds of comedians communicating with hundreds of comedians. And I started going through and searching out these people. And every person I saw with the fucking improv behind them, message friend, and fucking, I'm not shitting you, I fucking hit that fucker 5,000 times, fucking to get those people. I go on it every once in a while, but it looks like there's a ton of advertisement for like fucking, excuse my language, there's like advertisements for festivals and shit.
Oh, so people are using it.
But I don't know what to do with, I'm the guy that started it, but I don't know what, I got like 2,000, and I realized, I got 5,000 people on my Facebook account, and then I got 2,000 people on a different Facebook account, and then I got 1,000 people on a different Facebook account. And then, I'm not sure if you can do that, but, and then I got almost 2, but that doesn't even need shit. The hundreds and hundreds of comedians communicating with hundreds of comedians. That one has almost 2,000 people. And it's really hard to get 2,000 people that are comedians in a group. Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Robert.
Yeah.
Heading south to the Quad
Have a great
Cities,
Wednesday, everybody.
You'll find a whole new community made up of the